Hey, real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga, the man with the plan. How's it going, Joey?
I'm doing all right. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Yeah?
What kind of voice was that, anyway?
I don't know.
I don't know what that was.
It was my high-pitched voice.
Yeah, he was trying something new, folks. I don't know what's going on. But we are the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs. Oh, yeah. Yes, we are. And we have an awesome guest with us today. And that guest is Ed Drummond with Capstone Realty Pros. How's it going, Ed?
It's going great. Thanks for having me, you
awesome.
guys.
Yeah, thanks for being in, man.
Yeah, dude, it's so awesome watching you guys do this right now. It's flipping awesome. I love it. Yeah.
Well,
That's so cool.
People should tune in and watch because we're two crazy guys. No, now
We're
three
maniacs.
We're going to have some fun today. Ed's, got a little bit different approach with real estate. He's got a couple different things that are going at the same time, which sounds like they're complementing each other, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
So why don't we first start with you introducing yourself as, how long you've been in real estate, kind of what really compelled you to get into this business?
Sure. Thanks, Jeff. So, I'm Ed Drummond. I'm the designated broker owner of Capstone Realty Professionals. We've been around since 2012. Prior to that, though, I was with a big box brokerage since 2007. I got in when the market was on the decline, and kind of saw my opening as the market opened up. I was willing to take on just about anything, and it just taught us this hardcore hustle and get out there. Who cares what everybody else thinks? Just get out there and work, right? Prior to that, though, I was with a company that was in the real estate business. I was a vendor, selling relocation products to realtors. So I had to get my license. This is when the market was booming, and I saw all these realtors, nationwide that were doing so great, and a lot of times what I saw was something where I felt, maybe things could be tweaked a little differently. So when I got into it, I just, we put those things together.
Yeah. So what time frame was it? Like, what years were those?
So probably? I got into the corporate sales in like when was that? Like 04 to 06. And then at the beginning of 06, we started seeing what was happening. The real estate falling was directly tied into my numbers as well. So it just made sense to pop in 07.
Okay. All right. Wow. So you've been around. You've seen the ups and downs.
Yeah. And, it's an interesting market. You know what I mean? Every year is totally different.
It is.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Almost every month you have to really pay attention.
No doubt.
With the markets, not only on the real estate side anymore, it seems like, huh? Well, that's great. That's great. So explain a little bit about your model. I know you've got a couple different things going at the same time, and I believe they complement each other.
They do. So back in 2008, I personally had a couple of investments, and right now I'll tell you guys, the first two investments I ever made were the worst ever. So I learned my lesson back then, and then since then I just kind of have not made those same mistakes. But it's helpful.
You're going to share those investments?
Yeah, you're going to tell us what?
Yeah,
what to not invest
was
in?
it like?
I just bought it the wrong times.
Oh, okay.
So like one in particular, I got so enamored with this property that was a apartment conversion to a flip from the builder that I bought my first house from.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, oh man, these guys totally have my best interest in mind. They subsidized the HOA through the purchase so that the first year I didn't have to pay an HOA. So I was like, oh my gosh, there's a tenant already in place. Whoa, look at this. But I didn't look at the numbers like I should have. So I knew the numbers well enough, but I didn't understand enough at that point how to really spread those numbers out and to like look at them long term. So after a few years, no longer cash flowing, no longer making sense, and I paid grossly over. I mean, the property I bought at 145 dropped down to 35.
Ouch.
So punch in the gut.
Yeah.
Still have it, and it's now cash flowing. But again, there were some things I had to do to make that change.
Yeah.
But again, I think that was before I got into real estate full time. Once I got in 07, we saw an opening in 08 where it wasn't necessarily an opening; it was just a need. We saw so many people we were trying to help with short sales. Started having those conversations, and a lot of people that we were working with were veterans, were people that are getting deployed and going overseas.
Got it.
And we knew that those people could not short sell, right? We don't want you short selling with a VA loan.
Yeah.
So, hey, let us hold it. Yeah, it's going to suck maybe for a few years, but realistically, let us just hold it and manage it for you, and we'll figure it out.
Right.
And that's what we did. So, by the time we started Capstone in 2012, we only had 35 properties under management, some of which were our own. But, it was one of those things where those 35 taught us the ropes, taught us, I learned my lessons really early on with managing our own properties.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's after that it just started rolling.
Okay, all right. And that's helped you to, especially having your own or going through your own experiences, right, has kind of helped you form this, you have a very strong opinion to using real estate to help build wealth.
Absolutely.
And I think you have those conversations with your clients, right?
I do. And I think there are so many great ideas from different people about how to create wealth through real estate. Now, I have a particular model, right? I love my model because I know it. I feel it's a real conservative real estate investing model. But at the same time, as long as people have a plan and they're really thinking through that plan when it comes to real estate investing, it's hard to not let it make sense. Like, they make sense. So with our model, it's very cut and dry. We manage single family, we manage condos. We don't do anything outside of that. We don't mess with plexes. We don't mess with multifamily. We know, and we've tried in the past, we know that that's not something that we can absolutely excel in. As well as when it comes to the numbers, I know the resale stuff. I know the single family stuff. We know when we can push the market, when we can't. So that gives us a leg up when we're, talking to an owner.
Yeah.
I really want them to see it through this set of eyes and understanding their goals, and then saying, hey, does this align? If it does, then we'll blow their socks off most of the time.
Yeah, yeah. And you mentioned before the show that sometimes you have to have that conversation of, we have the house listed, but once it gets down to this certain point where, whether it's doing price reductions or whatever the case, that we've gonna have to have that talk about, let's hold.
Absolutely.
Let's rent.
So, like, I've got a listing on the market right now, and my clients know, because they know of our background in the management side of things. If I can't get it sold by a certain date, my recommendation is, if it doesn't get the number that we need by then, I'm going to list it and put it on the market for lease. I've already got the marketing, done.
Yeah, sure.
Professional photography's done. Walkthroughs are done. Everything's already done anyway. So, hey, let me just put it on the market. Let's buy ourselves another maybe 6 months to a year. More than likely, it'll be on another year lease. But at that point, it'll help them out. It gives them options.
Yeah.
So at that point, then the client can evaluate, does that option make sense or does it not? 90% of the time, we've already had that conversation before even going into, the listing agreement.
Yeah.
So we're really thinking through beforehand what makes sense for the particular client. What are they going to do with the money if they sell the house, right?
Yeah.
Where are they going to put it? What, is it going to make more money than this real estate investment? Or, so we're trying to challenge people and get them to think that way, so that at the end of the day, we're not coming up short at the end of the day going, oh, wow, we should have thought of that,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's a great idea. Great information for sure. How about on the retail side, on the real estate side, what are you doing right now, or what is, you and your team, at your brokerage, what are they doing right now to be successful to get that business?
Yeah, for sure. I think right now what people want to know is that they do have options. And I think that's our differentiator. When people align themselves with our organization, it's not just, this is the only thing that we can do. So again, it comes back to the business model and saying, hey, with our business model, if this doesn't work, like if this client would be better suited to manage this property instead, then let's do that. So for us, we position ourselves more as a company that can offer both options. It's very rare that I see in this market a company that can really say, we could do both pretty well, right? Like really well.
Sure.
So it's like, usually companies use property management as a crutch or a backdrop to say, it's okay, just throw it in the property management pool. Or on the other side, like I do know some guys who do property management exceptionally well here in town. They do such a good job with property management, but they might not do as much resale. We want to keep those very paralleled, right? And right now they are. It's taken property management a little while to catch up to resale, but at this point now it's charging forward. It's running.
Yeah. I think you said that it's almost 50-50.
It is,
right?
yeah. We've got about 300 properties under management. We'll do, at the end of this year, we'll probably do about 17, 18 million in resale.
Yeah.
And there's only a few of us. So it's, it's a good operation. It's getting more well oiled as we go along. Next year we'll be turning on the the marketing and the sales funnel again and keeping things running. This has been in the year of processes and and some changes, but it's been great.
Yeah. Well, I love that you mentioned sales funnel, because we try to teach funnels in our classes, to real estate agents, and I think that's something that a lot of agents just don't really truly understand how the funnel works. Right?
Sure.
But anyway, I'm glad to hear you say that. We may have to talk off air a little bit about that.
No, for sure.
So before we move to the next segment, how about if you were to give one bit of advice to an agent who, let's say, is either brand new to the business, or maybe they're saying their business has slowed a little bit. Okay. What would you tell them that they should go do right now?
Get out of your own way and go and hustle and go show rentals.
Hustle.
Right? Yeah. So I think realistically, this was the same market when it slows. It's the same type of thing that we saw in 2007, right? When it slowed and all these people were like, oh, what do we do?
Yeah.
This, of course, is nowhere near that. This is nothing like it at all. Yeah. But I see the same mentality. When I got in, I just had to get out and hustle, right? Mm-hmm. And I met an awesome agent. She's a top producer here in the Valley. I met her, and I won't drop her name, but we met at this event not too long ago. And I asked her, I said, what was it that got you to the level of success that you're at? And she basically said, hey, in the first year that I was in business, I was expecting leads from a source. That source didn't pan out. I had to go and show rentals. She ended up closing like 85 rentals that year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
A couple years after that, right? A few years after that, she's at 25 million. Wow. Right? So again, she's closing all these rentals, but what it did was it kept her relevant. It kept her having real estate conversations every day.
Sure.
And in when the market slows, I mean, I'm guilty of it. When the market slows, you start to second guess yourself sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You start going, oh man, is it me? What am I not doing? Well, if we just have more conversations about real estate, people feel the passion,
sure.
People feel the conversation, and we're helping more people. It's like, hey, it's gonna come, right?
Yeah, I like to say that even in real estate, if one side is not doing well, then the other side will. You got, when sales are down and you can't sell a house, you've got rentals, right?
Right.
Rentals are crazy, and when rentals are down, then sales are up, and so you can work on one side of the teeter-totter. Right?
Absolutely. And I mean, rental leads, man, I mean, like we get like 30 rental leads a day. So it's like they're out there. So if people are looking for a way to stay busy in this market, they can even just start having those conversations. And to be honest, like we convert quite a few of those people to buyers or to sellers.
Yeah.
They may be people who are looking to rent that, need to sell their house.
Well, and that's exactly what I was thinking when you said she did 85 rentals in 1 year. I'm
85.
thinking that is building a massive pipeline of future business.
Absolutely.
And referrals. I mean, if she's willing to take care of them, because we know a lot of agents won't work rentals at all, unfortunately.
Exactly.
She's willing to do it. She's automatically a leg up. Anyway, that's great. All right, so you ready to get in the ring with the Maniacs?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. What's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
Be humble.
All right,
like it.
Sweet. How about your favorite mobile app?
Waze. Waze is always at the top of my list. It keeps coming back.
Waze. What?
Waze is the one that just gets me where I have to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, plugs into my calendar.
Way to
oh my
go.
gosh, exactly. I mean, it just helps me out tremendously.
Cool. Did somebody mention that?
Someone did mention that, but I
never
check
looked
it
at
out.
it.
WAYZ?
WAZE.
ZE. Okay, Waze.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's the best mobile GPS app that I've found.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about a book recommendation?
Predictable Revenue. And I don't know who the author is, but it's an awesome book. Talks about funnels.
Okay.
Yeah, with the 5 different streams of income that we have right now, and I basically pull it from that and say, okay, then taking that and saying, where are we going to make our business next year? So we have funnel 1, say property management revenue. Number 2, resale on buy side, resale sales side. Then we have like all these different funnels, and where are we going to get that? So each one comes into a different funnel, and we say, okay, from marketing, how are we going to market? Right now, we've got marketing to like our Sphere. Sphere is the top spot because Sphere knows us, likes us.
They already know you.
Totally. I mean, and that's basically what the book says too, is go after that first. And it's not a real estate book, but it's a good business book.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. How about productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis?
My calendar.
Calendar.
Yeah. Everyone in my office has access to the calendars. We all control the calendar, and everyone knows how to use it really, really well. And that's kind of paramount to
All right.
to us staying efficient.
All right, cool. And the last question, I'm going to have you draw from the mask here.
Okay.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
All right.
What did I want to be growing up? Ooh, good question.
Property
Let's
manager.
see. Well, I never thought real estate ever. It was always like I was going to be a Secret Service agent to start. Then it was FBI. Then it was
nice.
all these things. And then I have a family that was in the military, and I didn't go to the military. I went to college, so I never saw it as an option. So I was going to go like something to do with that. And then when I got to college, I thought I was going to save the world, and I got an environmental science degree and didn't really use it much. Yeah, but again, once I got out, it was.
Now want to sell green homes?
Thought about it in the past. Yeah, but again, it's just not as I'm not as passionate about it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like helping people create wealth, the buy and hold model, like I like it so much. And I just learned so much from so many different investors. Like every time I'm talking to someone on the phone, like every day I learn something new. Yeah. So it's like, wow, like look at how that person did it. And then if I can share that with somebody else, then they're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. I like that part.
All right. Well, this has been a great interview. I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Hey, if any agents that are watching or listen want to reach out to you directly, is that okay? How
absolutely. Yeah, call me on hit me up on my cell, 602-421-0912. I'm open. Seriously. And then feel free to shoot me an email at ed@capstonerealtypros.com.
All right, fantastic.
Awesome.
Well, thanks, Ed.
Yeah, thank you
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Yeah,
And,
Joey, thanks, guys.
Yeah, and thank you to our sponsors. We've got Academy Mortgage, Jake Krabby, as one of our sponsors, along with Fidelity National Home Warranty, and they are awesome.
They are awesome. Over
Boom.
there.
They do a great job.
They do a great job, don't they? All right, thanks you all, and until next time, it's Jeff Underwood along with
Joey Sampaga.
the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Good job.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yes. The Weekly Closer podcast is sponsored by Jake Krabby, NMLS number 877141 at Academy Mortgage. Are you looking to buy or refinance a home? Jake Krabby is your mortgage professional. Contact Jake at 480-442-9291. Jake Krabby is a loan officer at Academy Mortgage, NMLS number 877141. State license for Arizona number 0920357, AZBK number 0904081, and New Mexico number 877141. Academy Mortgage Corporation, NMLS 3113, and New Mexico 01451. Call 480-442-9291. Address 15333 North Pima Road, Suite 205, Scottsdale, Arizona 85260. Academy Mortgage is an equal housing